Hi guys, today I would like to talk about a little bit about the Dreamcast. Dreamcast is a home video game console released by Sega on November the 27th of 1998. And in Japan, that was in Japan, and in North America in October of 1999. It sold over 9.13 million units. One of the first systems who had the online gaming, the Sega Net. It weighed around little more than 3 pounds with a 128-bit graphics engine. One of the best-selling games was the Sonic Adventure, and it has a 56K modem. And it was the last console made by Sega so far before they stopped making hardware. So I would like to talk about a little bit about the Sega Dreamcast and the possible fact that caused Sega for start making a game console. So I would like to show here a photo of former Vice President of Sega, Mr. Bernie Stoller. And I would like to show this photo, and I would like to see he's standing here. You can see he's holding a controller from the Sega Dreamcast and also a memory card on the Sega Dreamcast. And also it has a message. And look what this message has to say. I believe it's a very clear message. And I believe this message means a lot. You know, it's delivering a lot of messages about what we're going to be by that time Sega next move. So it said here, Sega needed a new console. And they needed quick. It was either to go big or go home. So Sega was one of the last console manufactured by Sega. And then the way say it again, they're talking about making something quick. When you rush to do things, what happened? When you rush to do things, most of the time, it's cause of failure. And what happened after that? After it was released on the market, not too long after that, Sony came out with a PlayStation 2. And when it comes to the PlayStation 2, and after that, Sega started losing ground on the market because of the PlayStation 2. Not too long after that, Sega announced that they were going to stop from making consoles. And they were going to become a third-party game developer from other game companies. Alright. So this was a clear message. So the next thing I would like to share. Alright. So let's see other picture from the Dreamcast. This is the Dreamcast. As you can see the world in front, and we can see also the end, a light at the end. I mean, it's another message, and I saw this photo not too long ago, and it really caught my attention because it means so many things. It's like, oh, we're finally making a game that's gonna be the hope, the light at the end. Finally, Sega is gonna see the light at the end with the Dreamcast. I just wanted to share this photo and that message, guys. But for me, the light at the end is Sony PlayStation. And it's always been like that. Because for me, you always, when you're on the market business or any other business, you always have to expect competition. One of the biggest competition for Sega has been the Sony. So, you know, every time Sega will launch a system, Sega will come on the way and will come up with something bigger and better. It's been a giant shadow in Sega for years on that time. So what could be the reason also for the failures, the failure of the Sega Dreamcast in a way? I call this a partial failure. I don't really think Sega Dreamcast was a complete failure. It was a partial failure. So what could be the reason? Well, number one, not being backward compatible. Sega Dreamcast was not backward compatible with games from the Sega Saturn. That's one. Unlike the Sony PlayStation 2 was backward compatible with the games of PlayStation 1. That's one. Another thing, Sega Dreamcast was not having DVD capabilities. You couldn't play DVD movies on your Sega Dreamcast. Unlike Japan, when the PlayStation 2 was released, on Japan, most people were buying the PlayStation 2 in Japan only to play DVD movies, besides playing games. That's another factor. Number three, I believe that another thing is that Sega did not want to incorporate RPG games. A lot of people say that Bernie Stoller did not wanted to negotiate in incorporating RPG games into the Dreamcast. That could be. A lot of people like RPG games. That could be another fact. Another fact could be, number four, could be that the Sega Dreamcast was not properly advertised. You have to put yourself on display. Otherwise, people will not know what they're going to buy. That's another fact. And then, unlike the PlayStation 2, I think Sony did a better job in advertising the PlayStation 2 than Sega did with the Dreamcast. It's hard to compete. It's hard to compete with your competition when you cannot spend but if Sony, for example, it cannot spend from 3 to 4 times more in advertising than the Dreamcast, of course they're gonna win at the end. That's another fact. But in my opinion, Sega Dreamcast did a better job. They did a lot better when they manufactured the Sega Dreamcast. With awesome graphics and gameplay. In terms of control, they have wonderful state-of-the-art control by that time. And he also had a very good library with games like Code Veronica from Resident Evil, Crazy Taxi, Chimue, Skies of Arcadia. And another fact, Sega Dreamcast from Japan, I think when they finally stopped making games for the Sega Dreamcast, it was around maybe 2015. Was a long way to go. So, but when you're in the gaming business, guy, or any other business, you always have to expect competition. You have to always be ready with plenty of ammo. Always like that. So what could be maybe the Sega next move on the gaming business? I don't know, guys. Will they make a comeback and start making game consoles again? Could it be Sega Dreamcast 2? Could it be the Spartan prototype? Or a combination of all of them? But one thing for sure, Sega is coming back stronger and better than ever in this year, 2019. And I can tell you guys that you can take it to the bank. You can mark my words, Sega is making a solid comeback. And it runs steady. As you can see, they haven't stopped making games from other party developers. But Sega, in my opinion, they're coming back in the game console business. There's no doubt about it. So guys, thank you for watching, and thank you. And please hit it with a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe. And I'll be seeing you not too long from now from another gaming review. And I'll see you soon. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.